Hello and welcome to day 190 in this quest for a 2000 rapid chess rating on chess.com. So it looks like I'm up to 1727 at the moment. I think 1768 was the highest I went up to so far, and then I dropped back down. And my last game was kind of a gift where I got a draw and I probably should have lost. But I had some chances as well. So let's find an opponent here and begin. All right, I've been trying to switch up lately to the Kali the Kali opening or defense with white, the Zuckertort Kali, and with black I've been kind of playing. You start out like a perk, but it's kind of like a Philidor defense. So we'll see how it goes here, and it's taking a while to find an opponent. So as we wait here, feel free to leave comments at any time. Let me know what you think, whatever's on your mind. If you have a request for something you'd like to see in future videos, let me know and I'll try and do a video on that subject. Okay, finally. Oh, we're playing at 1871, so this could be a tough game. All right. So we'll try this kind of a Kali setup. And how do we want to do this? All right, we might as well go here immediately. That way, if they bring up their pawn, we could capture that. So I don't know, they might just push here immediately. If they do though, maybe we could chase their knight. But if they push and we go here, what if the knight comes forward targeting our pawn? I guess we could, or it would be hard to defend that pawn. Okay, so now we want to go here. Okay, so now this move c6 prevents that knight from coming forward. So we probably are forced to capture here, I think. So yeah, let's go ahead and just capture. Now we can develop our other knight. So we go there, we get ready to bring our bishop here, we get our king to safety. Okay. So now, might as well just do that. Get ready to castle. All right, we have to watch out for this. Maybe there's an attack here, as they line up on this. All right. And where should I go with my own bishop? Normally you want to bring the other knight in, but do we have to bring our bishop out first? That's the question. Okay. And also, if I develop my bishop, he could try and attack. Bring his queen here, target this. So I think I need to, he could go here, target that as well. So maybe I need to bring my rook to the half open file. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Oh, or did I just mess up? No, but it was close because I was thinking, can he capture? But I still have my knight guarding, so that kind of works. And did I make a mistake? Should I have pushed forward here? And then if he captured my knight, now he still has a lot of pieces lined up there. So this pawn is going to become a weakness on this half-open file. What now? Do I develop the queen? All right. Because I need to watch out for future attacks. Okay, and also, if things break open here, I don't want this bishop pinned to my rook. Well, the rook is protected by the knight, I guess. Okay, huh. Wow, they got me in kind of a, I don't know, not the greatest situation here. Okay. Well, I'm just going to go there. Now I need to develop my knight. All right, probably need to develop that other knight. If he brings his knight forward, I could drop back. But then he could go here and line up on my queen. Oh, that's not looking too good either. Okay. Wow. All right. I still think we bring this knight up here. So we do that. If he decides to line up here, we can always throw our knight forward. Okay, so now we drop back to keep the bishop. We open our rook up as well. Okay, now we probably have to go there to block that. All right, I don't know. That's not looking too good for us. We could attack his bishop now. Maybe that works. We drop back. Oh, yeah. We drop back and attack his bishop, and that bishop is trapped. Huh, so maybe he made a little mistake there. So we'll just go right there, attacking the bishop. Huh. Now he attacks. So, oh, nope, that doesn't work either. We bring our bishop back, maybe. All right, so we go there, get ready to attack his bishop. Okay, so now, do we take? We take his knight, then our bishop, or excuse me, will be under attack. So, all right, if we, a lot going on here. Do we really want to give up our bishop, though? We double his pawns up, I guess. So anyway, we might as well do that. Now, what do? We attack the other pawn with our knight. All right. So we'll go there, attacking this unprotected pawn, I guess. Okay, now, do we target the, or do we drop back? Maybe we drop back to protect our knight. Because if they take, we take, they're going to be targeting us. So, all right, let's go ahead and attack. We're going to attack. Where's the bishop going to go? Probably here, maybe, but if it does, we can attack again with our knight. Maybe he drops all the way back. Huh. All right, and man, time. I'm down to 10 minutes and something. My opponent still has 15 minutes. Okay, finally they're going below 15 minutes. Okay, but I'm playing at 1871. So, can we entice our opponent to protect this pawn? Maybe. We probably need to bring our other rook over here and line it up on the queen. But if we push forward, he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders of this square. I only have 1, 2, and 3. He could chase this knight. Oh, and where is that knight going to go? The knight would have to back up. So I don't know. I'm thinking I need to bring this rook to the center. So let's just go ahead and do that. Now what? Maybe I could, if I try to attack this and they defend, okay, here they go, lining up on the diagonal. If I push, man. Normally you don't want to back up with your pieces. So do I go after this? If I go here, targeting this, then can I push this forward? He takes, I take, his knight takes, I take, his bishop takes. He'll be targeting this though. All right, I'm just going to line up that way. Oh, now our knight is trapped, isn't it? Our knight is going to end up being trapped, isn't it? Oh my gosh, that was just a blunder. Yep, there we go. They find that move instantly. So we might as well take some pawns with us if we're going to do that. If we're going to, if we're going to end up behind, we probably should do that. And at least it opens their king side up, but they do have some defenders. All right. And we could also attack the queen with a discovered attack. So if we go there, so now we go there and take. At least we got 2 pawns out of it. We're attacking another pawn in front of the king. Also, their knight cannot move, or we grab their bishop. So they'll probably just centralize their queen or their rook here attacking me. Probably the queen, because that'll guard this. So what do I do then? I try to line up. Well, I could check. I mean, I guess I could do that. Deliver a check here. But then they could attack my queen again. All right, I don't know. I'm going to try and hang in here, but it's that blunder I made by trapping my knight is not good. I guess I could try and start pushing forward here. All right, well, I guess I'll wait and see what my opponent's going to do. Okay, well, now I can grab this other pawn in front of his king, and the material will be even, so that's good. Wow. Okay, we'll just go after that then. So he'll probably try to attack my queen, perhaps, with his rook. If he does that, what should I try? Stay lined up on his king. Okay, so he does what I expected. He attacks the queen. So, what do we do next? Well, and he does have the bishop pair, so we could just drop back to g6 with the queen. Maybe that's the way to go. Does he have any weaknesses? Anything unprotected? No, it looks like everything is protected. So I'm thinking we just go there. Something like that. Okay. Well, now we should what? Probably drop our bishop back, attack his rook. Thinking that is probably the way to go. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll drop back, get in defensive mode. At least now we're targeting that, so that could be a possibility. So if he takes, we take, and then we have a rook on the open file. Okay. So we'll go there. At least we get the open file. But now, will he fight for it by bringing his rook over? You know, that's a possibility. And we also have, I don't know, do we have some kind of attack here? I mean, we could go after his queen. Then target that. Okay, so he's going after our pawn. Do we just go here? So if we push forward, Well, if we do that, he'll go after this. Do we attack the queen immediately? We still have this to deal with. So do we protect it with the rook? Or if we move our queen, it'll actually... that doesn't work, I don't think. So if we go there, he could just take. We take. Yeah, then he has this targeted. Do we deliver a check there? Huh. All right. Oh, we could take with the rook. Wow, does this even work? If we go there, if he takes, we take. Then he'll try and go here. Oh, but we could just check there and then trade off the queens. Man, we're going to have this bad pawn here, which is going to be an issue. So, what do we do about this? Do we just push and get rid of that pawn? I mean, if we go there, he takes, if... Oh, he can't. He would have to take our bishop first. Oh, wow. Okay, does this work? If we go here, he takes, our king takes, then he captures. We go here, capturing, his knight captures. We go there, we pin it to the queen, but he can protect that way. Man. See, there's just a lot going on. If I was a faster calculator, I'd probably have a higher rating. That's probably my biggest weakness, is my calculation abilities and speed of calculation. I'm slow at calculating. So do we go here, attacking? Then if he takes, we take. He grabs this. If we take here, after he takes, and his queen ends up there, what about some kind of checks over here? And then, if we had, or an attack up here, and then we go after this pawn over here. But then he could check and then go after our pawns. Okay. Wow. All right. Do I really want to do that? Because, oh man. All right. I'm doing it. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. So now we'll go ahead, go there. Oh, now if he takes here, we could pull his king away. But does that work? Oh, man. Okay, if he takes, we have a check there. If he takes, our rook checks. Then we could go after this, but his rook will be able to defend that. Huh. He could just drop his, or do something with this. With a discovered attack. Something like that. And I don't know, those bishops are looking pretty dangerous. With that bishop pair as the board opens up. And my clock is like ticking down so low. Oof. As it usually is. All right, yeah, now remember to leave any comments, whatever you feel like talking about. If you have requests, remember to do that as well. Okay. Well, now what? Material-wise, we're about to go down a pawn, and our queen is under attack. So, what can we do here? Attack his queen, but then he's got 3 attackers. We don't have enough defenders. So we could trade the queens off. If we go here, he takes, we take with check. His king's going to come out and attack us. Huh. And I don't know. This is not looking too good then. So, what do we do? Well, maybe we go here. Huh. All right, we'll go there. Give that pawn up. I think that's what we have to do. Huh. Man, down to a minute. Yeah, I'm going to end up just running out of time here. Man, it's tough playing against a higher rated opponent who, can just calculate much faster. All right. What do we do? We take, then we go ahead and check. Then we have another check. So we go that way with a check. Well, that's probably not so good for us. He kind of just put a stop to everything. All right, I guess we're going here. We're just, now he can trade queens off. Well, okay, so he decides to go that way. Wow. Oh man, yeah, that's not so good either, because he's threatening a back rank mate, and so he's forcing the queen trade there. All right, I'm gonna go that way. Uh, well, at least I'm keeping the queens on the board. You know, I might have a slight chance. All right. So now we're forced to block there. We're just trading more material off. And his queen is better centralized than mine. I mean, at least, okay, why is he doing that? Right, I guess I'm going that way. Keep those queens on the board, because if I don't, I'm just going to be lost here. Okay, so he's threatening a check. Oh, wow. Okay. So now he's threatening to go there and grab a pawn. So what now? Just go there and guard. Yeah, this is not looking good. Sorry I couldn't give you a more exciting game. Sometimes you just get in trouble. You know, and this play, I don't know, maybe I didn't play the opening right, but we can stick around, or if you stick around, I'll do the game review and then some computer analysis, and hopefully that'll help me find, I don't know, something. All right. Well, what can we do now? Huh. Oh, man. I don't know what to do here. We'll go there. At least we get the king kind of out in the open there, or, well, towards the center, because that can be important. Now he could maybe threaten to go here and get into the position. You know, what do I do though? All right. Ah, man, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm out of time. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I should have resigned earlier, probably. I don't know. Let's see how bad the game review says this was. Okay. All right, it looks like I played at 78.9, but they played at 80.8. Yeah, so once I made that mistake with the knight, I did bring the game back to even at one point, but then after that, I just slid downhill. I mean, even in the end, it was not too terrible, but not too good either. Okay, they played at a 1950 level. I played at 1850. So if we do a quick review, what should I have done differently here? All right, so they like that move, dropping back, keeping my bishop pair. So what should have been played here? That was good to take. It was just trapping my knight like that. That was the stupid blunder move that I made. Yeah, that. Now my knight is trapped. So better would have been, I guess, to just push forward here in the center. Huh. Like I think I kind of looked at that, but all right, we'll look at that in the analysis later. And of course, they just take. So we go there. Oh, actually, they said this was a mistake. So after capture, capture. All right, so at this point, the game is almost even. So what should I have done here? That was a missed opportunity, dropping back. So, okay, I'll just blast through these moves and then I'll start at the beginning with the computer analysis. That way we can dig into, some moves that could have been better. So that was a mistake, bringing my knight up here, attacking their queen. Yeah, I shouldn't have been... it looks like they wanted me to go that way. Huh, that's interesting. All right. Huh. Something else to look at. Okay, so that just helps them. And now they're ahead, by quite a bit. So apparently I should have captured with the rook instead. Huh. And they actually think I should have taken there. Oh, they would have grabbed a pawn. That's why, man. Yeah, my game just fell apart, I guess. Once I got so low on time, it just went downhill, and all they had to do is trade down material. So let's get to and the last move. Bishop to f3 was a mistake. So, all right, let's see what I should have done here with the computer help. Okay, so things are all right so far. It looks like, what did we end up playing? We have an English opening. It transposes into the ready opening, perk invitation. So now we're in an English opening again, reversed Sicilian. So the English opening, we're kind of in an English. All right, so here they don't want me to capture there. So what should I have done? Apparently knight to d7. I should have just guarded. Oh yeah. I should have just developed another piece. That's very important, especially in the opening. You need to get all your pieces developed, because if they captured, my knight could capture. If they take, I take. They could grab my queen, but that's not too bad in this opening, because I have this here to prevent the opponent from bringing his knight forward and causing problems. All right. We end up with this, though, which is not good. Now my opponent has 2 knights developed, and all I have is 2 pawns developed. So we develop the knight. They start fianchettoing over here. So now that was a mistake. Apparently d5 right away would have been better to get rid of that this weak pawn. All right, so that would have been a better option, to just try and immediately get rid of that pawn. Okay, so let's take a look at that. If I would have pushed that, they recommend immediately capturing. I capture. Then what? Bishop puts pressure on that. I should go ahead and capture and then leave them with two isolated pawns. Yeah, that would have been better than what I played in the game. So what did I do wrong here? I moved pieces, twice in the opening when I shouldn't have, when I should have been developing my other knight to d7, so that was no good. And then I left myself with that weak pawn. I should have been working harder to get rid of that. Okay, so back to what happened. I play this. They start, developing their pieces, castling, but once again, I should have tried to get rid of that pawn. So the best move, now they're just taking over the center. They want bishop to f8 because they can attack my bishop, which ends up happening. So I drop back. Now, instead of that move, they think they should also develop another piece instead of moving twice before everything's developed. So, that's very important. So now this is a problem. They have 3 attackers. I only have 2 defenders, so I need to jump my knight in between that attacker. So they drop back. Apparently b3 would have been better. Oh, because it defends this. The knight can stay up here forward where it was, and then they just defend the pawn. Okay, so I attack the bishop, which is not best. Apparently a6 would have been better. Okay, so they find the best move. White is in the lead by over half a pawn equivalent. So what here? That, although they like knight to d7 better. Knight to d7. So capturing is best. Now I have to move my knight. So I bring it forward, which is the best move. Usually you don't want to drop your pieces backwards and lose ground. Okay, so now that is not the best move. Rook at a to d8. So developing the rook towards the center and lining up on the queen would have been better. So a mistake, and now I'm actually ahead slightly here. Bishop to f4. Apparently that would have been better. So after bishop to f4, man, I don't know. Let's see what, okay, if they played bishop to f4, they recommend knight to h7. Maybe that prepares to bring this bishop here and line up on the unprotected knight. Okay, so in the game, we had bishop to c1 dropping back. I finally centralized this bishop, but now that's not the best move. Immediately playing d5, trying to get rid of this weak pawn. So now, once again, d5 should have been played instead of that blunder move. So if d5 were played, then capturing is best. I should continue to capture. Now, yeah, that's why a6 would have been a good move, because at some point they can attack my queen, and apparently that's the best move. To attack, we should play queen to b6, lining up on the king, and then capture. Oh, wait, hold on, that's not the best move. Oh, wow. They grab this. Okay. Then I capture here. Then rook to c1. Or a4 attacking my queen. Now they actually like a4, chasing my queen around. All right. Queen to b4, keeping an eye on this pawn, because if they take and I take, well, then I'll be attacking their rook, and that might give me time to do something over here. So what's recommended? Rook to e1, then bishop to f8 or c5. lining up on the king. But man, they can break my pawns apart, which is the best thing to do. So apparently that's the best move. Then they should go ahead and break apart my pawns on the king side. But first, it looks like rook takes e1 is best. So capture with check. Queen has to capture. Then do I take? Or, I don't know, if I take, let's see what it says about that. That's not the best. Apparently, it's better to just go here. Now, they could take my queen or play what? Queen to d1 to protect this. So let's say they capture, I capture, and now rook to d1, going after, well, trying to slow that passed pawn down. So rook to d1, I should start pushing my passed pawn. Now we have, oh, they could take this. Huh. So e4 to get some control over that pawn. But they're also recommending bishop to f1 instead. Okay, anyway, back to the blunder move. So this is the move that I guess I was getting, I don't know, I was worried about my time because they had so much more time, but I still had 9 minutes, so there's no excuse. I just made a move that took away any escape squares for my knight, which was awful. So they attack it, of course. So I tried to get some material, but it says queen to c7 would have been better. Huh. Wow, queen to c7. But either way, it's not looking good. So if I go there, they take, which is best. I take. Now queen to f3 would be the best move. Instead, they go here, which is, not so good. Queen to f3 would have protected this pawn. So now, of course, I should grab that. And then rook to f3 is the best. Oh, no, it's not the best move. Knight to e2, they're saying. Which, yeah, this move attacks the queen and it unleashes, potential attack this way. So rook to f3, I retreat, although queen to h4, they prefer that. All right. So we have that, a mistake, which makes the game equal at this point. So what should they have played? Queen to d3. Just bring the queen up. Oh, and attack my queen. Try to trade the queens off. So rook to e1. Rook to e1. Now they're saying I should play d5, that's the best way to go. So d5, they should capture. I should capture. Then rook to d1, adding another attacker here. Knight up to e4. Knight to e4. Then what? Queen to d3, threatening to trade queens. And it looks like bishop to c5 check. King towards the center. And then queen to g5. Keeping the queens on board. But now what? Knight to e2, avoiding that trade. Rook to d6. Oh, maybe swinging over, threatening to capture that with rook and queen battery. All right, I know this is dragging out, so let's go a little further, but I'll try and hurry it up. rook to f4. Rook to f4. Hold on. Oh, right here. Adding pressure to my knight. Okay, rook to g6. Counterattacking here. And if that bishop moves, well, the knight is helping to guard. But, you know, not if I go here. Well, that looks rough. Okay, so rook to g4. Oh, they can just do that. Now what do I do? I have one move. Queen to f5? What? Oh, right here, f5. Check. Queen to f3 blocks. Queen back to d7. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is just crazy looking. Putting the queen here where the pawn is pinned. Okay, back to what happened in the game. We had this missed opportunity here. I should have just pushed that pawn forward. So this just exchanges material. Now that is an inaccuracy apparently. So it looks like I should go, what, knight to h5 is the recommended move. Knight to h5. Then knight to e2. So just repositioning of the knights. So I play this. This just helps them trade off more material. You know, and after that move, which is an inaccuracy, apparently rook takes e4 would have been better. But then I'd still be behind, so it's not looking so good either way. So here they have queen to f2. Queen to f2. Rook to e5? Getting out of the line of fire of the bishop. Wait, that's not... Well, yeah, that's what they recommended. Now they're saying rook to e6 would have been a little bit better. Okay. So this is where we ended up. You know, if we go back, we traded off. Queen is in the center, but that's pretty much losing, apparently. Now here, they could have just taken this, discovered attack. What would be best? I mean, I guess I could... I could trade off material by going here, attacking their queen. You know, they trade off. My rook ends up here. Their king could come out to attack it. I mean, we could trade rooks off. And then what? I'm still behind a bishop for 2 pawns. Okay, so I tried to keep the queens on because it looks like that was the best thing to do here. Although they don't like that move. Queen to g3 up here would have been better. So let's look at that. Queen to g3. Then what? Rook to d8 would pin my rook. We'd have to trade rooks off. So that's not looking too good. I mean, they go here. Then what? The best thing to do is to capture. They capture. I'm in check. I have to go here. Then what? Queen up to e7, getting ready to pick off all my pawns. So once they go here, do I even have a chance at a perpetual check? I mean, if I go, oh, I can't even go there because of that. So, yeah, it's just looking awful, awful, awful. Okay, so back to the game. We had this. I tried to hang in there. That's not a good move. I should have centralized my queen, apparently. So they're threatening, you know, something like this. So the best thing here to do is, apparently I should have traded queens off. Huh. And then, I don't know, maybe I could have gotten my all my pawns on the dark squares. Something like that. That would have been better than what I ended up doing, which was, this disaster. And queen to b8 check would have been the best move here, apparently. All right, here's where I just ran out of time. So awful. Okay, well, as always, feel free to leave comments with whatever you have on your mind. If there's any requests for what you would like to see in future videos, like and subscribe to support the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching and have a super chess day.